The dark life of rappers who fell off. Let's see. Let's see. Of one-hit wonders or
When rappers become famous, there's only two ways it can go. Either they go on to cultivate a core audience who will listen no matter what, or they can join the laundry list of other artists who experienced what many would consider a fall off. Whether it's poor first week sales because your last album flopped, a crowd not chanting a single word to your songs at a concert, or because you had false allegations pinned against you, a fall-off can come in many shapes and sizes.
False allegations
but
suck
what
though.
happens after the spotlight gets taken from them? Do they lose their mind, start scamming their audience, or embarrass themselves for views online? Well, the answer is all of the above plus more. And
Of
it's
course.
tough for people who were once fans of them to watch as it all plays out. It's your boy Louaista, and this is the dark life after rappers fall off. But real quick, let me put you onto something that's actually been helping me eat good while staying on track lately. As someone who works from home, Factor has been so clutch for me. It's a prepared meal service that delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight along the way. That's what the vast majority of us do to pay the bills. However, there are dangers that come with attempting to have a role like that once your face has been plastered all over TV, especially if you're considering having any sort of customer service job. To demonstrate this, look no further than someone like Jonnyboig. Back in the day, the southern rap mainstay made some major waves. His breakout track, Going Down, was a massive hit, with both his
It's Going
debut album,
Down
Talk City, and its 2007 follow-up, Hustlenomics, peaking at number 3 on the charts. In chasing his dreams, he reached the heights of fame and fortune, but along the way, he got a first-hand look at the darker side of the
Can we eat that stuff? Yeah, I remember that.
Ties with Bad Boy Records and Diddy. In fact, he claims he saw some of the most heinous deeds firsthand.
I was watching Puff. Nigga Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around her. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. So within like 2-3 days, she sent me a picture. I'm like, she done shaved her motherfucking head.
As is often the case, he was the forefront of the scene for a little while until he wound up as an independent artist. From there, he ventured into the reality TV world with a spell on Love and Hip Hop. But somewhere along the line,
that's when Akira died.
Hard times.
Oh, bro, what was it that J. Cole said? If you're an artist that ends up in Love and Hip Hop, your career is over. You could make a comeback someday, maybe, I don't know, but for the most part, your career is over.
That it merited him becoming a driver for a rideshare app. And the minute that he was spotted, the
really?
Former star over his fall from grace.
I just want to ask a question. Are you Young Jack? Can you turn around?
I mean, I think y'all put that part together, yeah.
Oh,
so you must have fell off or something like that.
I gotta fall off. I just felt like it's an easy way to get some easy money right here downtown. I meet people.
While there were naturally jokes being made, some people felt that he was treated unfairly by being put on blast like that. What is wrong with these people in the car with Young?
Damn, that's such a thing to say? Oh yeah, dude. What is wrong with these people in the car with Young Jock? Can you turn around so I can post your face online? How are they gonna clown a Young Jock for driving or for Uber, but they need a ride? Sorry, like they don't have a car. Well, look, there's plenty of reasons why people will do Uber, guys. Is to get extra income, right? I think again, I do deliveries just to make extra income. That is part of my job. Like I do on Friday through Sundays. I don't do it every day, but I do it Friday through Sundays. Then I do art shows and stuff like that. But art shows for me right now, they don't happen every single month or every other week or anything like that. Because again, I'm not in that world. You must have fell off, right? Like I must have fell off. So instead of me like trying to continue making art and content that where it's like great, like it makes me income, but not as like where I need to be. Yeah, I'm just gonna work right now, make some extra income with Uber. Why not? Like make some. I could work on my time, my hours and stuff like that, and then I still make content, still make money out doing other things. And then when I have art shows happening, oh hey, guess what? I don't have to call. Hey boss, can I not work this weekend? You know what I mean? Like I don't have to like call and ask for permission. Like
Young Jock. Can you turn around so I can post your face online? He's a human being. How are they gonna clown Young Jock for driving an Uber, but they need a ride? However, in spite of the internet leaping to his defense, Young Jock claimed that the whole thing was a misunderstanding and that he wasn't truly an Uber driver or anything like that. Apparently, the company he was working for was known as Pull Up and Go, who Jock has since claimed that he has 30% stake in. And to him, it was important to prove that just because you were once a famed rapper, it doesn't mean you're above putting in a day's work. You have to show them what humility is, and that you're not too big to do the right thing by making an honest living. I think that's why a lot of kids and even adults go astray, because they're too ashamed, they're too prideful to do something. The most phenomenal part of this experience,
I don't know if it's real or not,
viral, is the amount of support. In fact, later down the line, he went as far as to claim that the entire thing was a skit to promote the company.
So
really,
the dude that was actually in the car talking, he works for Pull Up and Go. The guy who was talking shit, him and the girl works for the company too. So I said, y'all sit in the back seat, I'm gonna drive, act like I'm driving, you talk shit to me. They was like, are you sure you wanna do this? Cause this could have a really serious backlash. I mean, people are gonna really think you broke. I said, I don't give a fuck. I said, when they find out what this shit is, how it works, and it's gonna be cheaper than goddamn Uber and Lyft, and people can make more money, I said, how you think I care fucking less? I said, I'll take 30% of $1 billion subscription-based app any day. And we did, and that shit said, boom, that shit went through the roof. I get money. I'm like, I'm on TV, radio, I still do fucking shows. What are y'all niggas talking about? Like, you should know me better than that. What the fuck would I be doing driving a goddamn Uber? When the people who know me sit back and be like, that was some genius-ass marketing. You was just willing to put yourself in the
Is it true though?
Even though he proclaimed that he was an investor,
was it true?
An average worker, the response he got spoke to the stigma attached to taking on a regular job after a prosperous rap career. Soon, he was shaded by 42 Doug and Lil Baby on the track We Paid.
Oh my god.
Coming out a legend from ATL
wow.
isn't exactly cool for them to do, particularly because Lil Baby is from his town. But strangely, Jock didn't even catch the diss at first, and was playing it on his radio show without realizing.
Before I go broke like Jock. Which Jock? No, I heard Jock. I said, was like,
you can't talk about me.
I said, well, goddamn, and that thing, you know, that shit just went there.
Then you put two and two together, this the niggas in the Chargers.
That shit. No, I saw it. I saw it.
And even after that, he insisted he felt no ill will about it.
Before I heard the words and all that part, I was just like, this shit, this nigga, go, I love that little nigga. And I hear that shit, I was like, oh my God. I saw like, they gonna be 2 years of jail.
Did you know that though?
That's a, no.
Did you ever meet him after the fact?
I ain't never seen him. But you gotta think, here, check this out. Coming off the radios, coming up, yeah, I wouldn't, man, listen, man. Y'all edit the nigga up. Man, I don't give a fuck. That's home. I'm gonna hear that shit at home every day.
Whether or not he means it, Jock insists that he no longer wants to rap, and as he approaches his 50s, his mind is on other things.
I do a lot of producing.
Okay.
It's kind of like I'm not as passionate about rapping. So it's not like, I need to just get in here and just do something. I don't.
Right. You're still performing.
I mean, you're 50 years old, bro, right?
Yeah, but you ain't going in there saying I'm working on no album.
I mean, a lot of people at around that age, they don't want to work that much no more, right? They want to work still, maybe, but they probably just want to kick back and chill, right? Earn that passive income, earn that retirement, that kind of thing. But like, speaking of retirement, guys, I have my retirement right here. Just kidding. But we have a new sub goal, guys, right now. If you do reach the sub goal, I will open this Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon 6-card pack bundle. Yeah, so I got that on the side. But you will also, the most important part, you guys will be added into the community drawing, guys. So what this community drawing theme is RPG Fight. Will be my think of characters versus you guys. You guys will be the froggies of your guys' idea of what kind of theme you want for your frog. Think of RPG if you can. And we're gonna make that into a whole design. I'm super excited for that one. Yeah, so if you guys want to be a part of that, subscribe today, donate today, give subs today, do all that love. Wait, what? Just check out the other socials we can. But let's get to the video, and maybe we'll open these Pokemon packs.
Album, EP, mixtape, no shit like that.
Basically, they gotta get what you already gave because you're not coming with nothing new.
It's not even necessarily that. It's just like being inspired to do that.
Given everything else he's got going on, it's fair to say the dirt thrown on Jock's name for allegedly doing rideshare gigs didn't stick nearly as much as people expected it to. But for others, they just couldn't beat the allegations. Back in the mid-2000s, Roscoe Dash had some motion, with tracks like No Hands alongside Waka Flocka
Roscoe
making him a notable name in the industry. But his solo major label project, 2010's Ready Set Go, though, failed to make the splash he hoped. And after that, his career was left to flounder due to what he believed to be label drama.
Yo, what really happened? I was in a bad label situation, so I'm gonna say this just to set the record straight. Originally, when I went and did my deal, I did a management deal with Boom Man, right, from MMI at the time. He goes and gets me this deal, or tries to get me this deal with Def Jam. The situation with Travis Porter and whose record it is messed up the deal with Def Jam through Tony Neal.
But you signed the Boom Man on the management.
On the management, but I didn't know it was a 360. See what I'm saying? So he really had me on the management and the artist side.
Ooh, a 360. Oh, do you guys know about the hip hop 360 deal? It's one of the worst deals you get in hip and like in general. Like, let me see. A 360 hip hop deal, also known as 360, obviously, is an agreement between record label and an artist where the label gets percentage of the artist's income, not just from record sales, but also from other revenue to stream, like touring, merchandise, endorsements, and more. This is like the worst kind of deal you could get, guys. A 360 deal is one of the worst things you guys could get.
The recording side too, but I didn't know that at the time. 18 years old, I ain't know. When we get to the next situation,
yeah, concert artists, loss of control. Labels can have significant control over the artist's career decisions, including endorsements and touring. Potential for exploitation. May prioritize his own profits over the artist's well-being. Artist burnout over promotion, controlled by the label, can lead to a burnout and decline in quality.
Situation with the furnishing company furnishing me the Interscope. He had already sold my contract. I think I was working on Can't Catch the Lambo at this time, or Demolition 2020. He sold my contract to that furnishing company and got out the way, but he had already hit my publishing too. So it just created a bad situation for everybody involved.
So he done got the publishing, the deal with the label. So he done already made his money. So he like, here, y'all can have him.
That's why MMI is not MMI no more, because he even fell out with the business partner. See what I'm saying? That's why I changed to Authentic Empire. That's really Roscoe Dash money that he went and started that label with. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, yeah. So and that's when the whole trajectory of what he was doing changed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of to the wolves at that point, because I'm with some new people that I just met through a furnishing company. I'm signed to a deal with a major label. So this is really my shot that I wanted as a kid, dreaming of getting a record deal, but it's tied to some other bullshit too.
And while we didn't hear much about what was occurring with his life, the last thing that people expected was that he would go from number 13 on the charts to being outed online as working for Lyft. Back in 2017, Twitter user @PM called out Dash for a canceled ride, claiming, "I had somewhere to be, so since you inconvenienced me, I'ma expose you're a Lyft driver now." As the public...
Wait, what? Roscoe Dash canceled my Lyft, and I had a somewhere to be, so you just inconvenienced me, so I'm exploited for you as a Lyft driver now? Wait, what?
Lyft driver now. As the public got the usual jokes off about a fallen star, he attempted to downplay it immediately with a lengthy statement. Earlier today, it was brought to my attention that a Twitter user tweeted out a screenshot from a Lyft fare, which included a picture of myself in a white top.
No.
First things first, yes, that is my vehicle. Yes, that is me in the photo. There is no denying that. Why would I? However, I do not drive Lyft. I own several vehicles, and periodically I lend them to my friends so they are able to make a little extra cash. I consider myself a successful entrepreneur. While talking to any successful businessman, they'll tell you the same thing. Creating multiple streams of income is the key to a long and very lucrative career financially. Billing himself as a successful businessman, Roscoe later doubled down and detailed exactly what was occurring.
I know what y'all probably thinking. Does Roscoe drive Lyft? Is this not the same white Tahoe that is circulating all around the internet? Is that not a Lyft sticker on the same Tahoe that is circulating around the internet right now? The answer is yes. Now, this is one of my vehicles. For those of y'all who don't know me, I have children. Can't fit too many kids in a coupe, okay? So this is one of my cars. When I'm not using it, when I'm not traveling, whatever I'm doing with it, I allow people, friends, family, whatever, to come and use the car for whatever reasons, whether that be partying, transportation services.
But for all that he tried his utmost to shoot himself some bail, not everyone was buying his explanation. Funny story. I live in Atlanta. I used to work for a cell phone call center and I was going to lunch. I saw him in an alley and it looked like he was cleaning it out. Come to find out, he was a Lyft driver. He had Uber and Lyft stickers on the back of his car. When I looked in his direction, he gave me the deer in the headlights look. He claimed in 2017 that he lends cars out to his friends, but is his face on the app when it says someone is approaching? As harsh as it is, audiences will always have something to say when a former star falls on hard times. Even if they still work in the arts, but simply take another route, it may still be regarded as a fall off by an audience who want to see you out there flexing as hard as possible as the ultimate marker of success. This is most certainly the case for Rory, an artist who came into the game with a lot of big chatter around his future, but ultimately couldn't deliver on the promise he showed. After making his name on the underground scene with his unique blend of rap that came coupled with influences from other genres, Rory signed to Columbia and was pushed so hard initially that it sparked the industry plant chatter. Along the way, his unorthodox vibe meant that he was quickly compared to literal legends
Andre
well
3000?
before he'd proven anything.
I'm sure you hear this and know this and are doing it on purpose, but Andre 3000 sounds like is your...
You hear me talking right now? I'm talking, and I spend large hours of my days alone. I don't believe we share universal space alone. It's the same voice as my normal voice, you get what I'm saying? So it's nothing being done on purpose.
No, it's just part of
but
who
it's
you are.
something, yeah, it's a southern drawl, and people see it in my face somewhat, our facial hair, and no matter what I put out, classical music their whole life. Shit, I study Andre, I study, like, and I'm not ashamed of it. I love it, you know,
bro.
and I own it.
Despite some big singles such as Devil's Whisper, his 2015 debut album ultimately flopped and peaked at number 77 with 5,900.
Is it because they take forever to drop their debut album, or is it because they rushed it too much? I never heard of Rory. I never heard of him, guys. Have you guys heard of him? I never did. It's in 2015, so this is about 3 years after high school for me.
Sales. Following that, he endured 3 years in the wilderness before 2018 when he finally got off his label. I want out of the label when the people who believed in me transitioned jobs to be replaced by strangers who don't know me. Rory explained in detail in a follow-up email. I went to Coachella without any support from the label. It was like they were trying to put me in a position of fear and weakness so I could run out of money and they could control me. I would rather take my career on a path where I can play with my friends, stay with my family, and remain physically, psychologically, and spiritually well. Clearly, Rory was happy to sacrifice the prospect of commercial success in order to enact the vision that he had for his music. And while it likely isn't lucrative, Rory continues to bring his music to the people in numerous ways. For starters, he's leading a non-profit known as The Woods Worldwide, which is focused on expanding a culture of sustainability, art, healing, and autonomy through creating recurring events such as concerts, jams, keiko ceremonies, yoga sessions, and multimedia productions. As part of this mission, he's been performing in a whole host of unconventional spaces.
Hey T.O., come check this out.
What?
7 to midnight, tonight. 10:18, throwing a dope performance. Among the Ruins, check it out. I'll be there. Make sure you pull up.
Alongside that, he runs
Really?
a gym in ATL, enabling
That's kinda cool.
musicians to literally perform alongside him.
Wow.
In terms of his own output,
Wow.
he's still prolific when it comes to dropping music. The only problem is that it's reaching an increasingly smaller audience. And while it would be fine if he was content with that, you get the same sense that he still pines for a mainstream comeback, with the multi-talented artist taking to social media to try and hop on TikTok trends. Ultimately, there's no harm in Rory secretly harboring a desire to be at the top of the industry again. After all, it's understandable that he, just like everyone else, wants another shot at glory. At the end of the day, these aspirations don't hurt anyone, and in the process, he seems to be trying to uplift his community. But unfortunately, not everyone takes such a noble route when they venture back into normal life after a run at the top. Because for some of them, the prospect of going back to a 9-to-5 doesn't compute for them. In fact, they decide to use their platform to try and make a quick, dishonest buck from their once loyal fans. For a brief moment, Ravi and Namir look to have the world in his hands. Alongside Almighty J and Corday, his crew, who began linking up on Xbox Live before venturing into the real world, were touring the globe on the strength of the buzz around the collective. But after his comrades left him behind, YB and Namir's career has been a train wreck. Or a soul train wreck, to be more
How much y'all want to get Garen for a soul train? Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, I know who this. I know who this guy is. I remember the reactions of his album. Oh, bro, yeah, this was garbage.
I hear the trash without hearing the trash. Why is this nigga talking like that, bro? It sound like somebody pulling your nuts.
Ever since the track with the historically savage emerged, Namir has been written off as a laughing stock.
It was so
and now that
bad.
no one is checking for him anymore. He's ripping off his own fans by flagrantly refusing to do what he said he
Amir scamming the few fans he has left in the world for $200. Are you serious?
For them. Since then, he's engaged in fraudulent IG giveaways, reportedly making off with 7K in the process.
So they posted this on their story.
Only 7K?
Stealing $7,000 from me. YBN Namir, gotta be the brokest rapper out there. He ran off with the money months ago. I decided to reach out one last time yesterday, and this is the DM conversation with them. Supposed to go live in 1 or 2 hours.
2 hours?
I bet about to hit him now. So when we gonna get our money back? Bro, I've been going through real life. I'll get you your money. I don't even check my DMs. I'm not in control of any of that. I don't even know what bread you're talking about.
Ain't no way, dude.
I've never been in control of that time.
This is clearly very shady behavior, but thankfully, he's regularly got his comeuppance. Back when Aiden Ross was initially toying with the idea of launching his own boxing promotion, he intended to set up a fight between streamer Annoying TV and formerly prominent rapper YBN Namir. With his buzz long gone and his crew long gone, Aiden offered him 20K to fight on his live stream. Yet when Namir asked for 100 grand to show up, Aiden publicly ridiculed him on stream.
YBN Namir versus Annoying TV, but YBN Namir asked for $100,000, bro. Top literally laughed at the manager and hung up. You rappers that have not made a hit, stop asking for too much money, bro. You are not getting it, bro. You are not getting that shit, bro. No, stop.
Bro, 20K, bro. If you need money, dude, 20K can do a lot for you, man. You gotta let that ego shit go.
You're not worth $100,000. You fell off. You suck at music. You failed your music career.
On top of that wake-up call from Aiden, Namir has also been trolled on his IG DMs. At times, the results have gone viral, with the screenshots not only unveiling his minuscule feature cost, but how bad.
How much for a feature promo on Brady?
By others. How much for a feature?
$1,000. So you want to do a fight for 20K, dude? You know, you could have been like, instead of like making drama against Aiden Ross, you could have used that for great promotion for your music, or like, you know, I don't know, take an opportunity for that. I don't know, dude. Do something more.
Plus promo. I'm Brady. 1K, brother. Let's get it. Sadly, Namir isn't the only one who's gone down this immoral route. Among the very wave of artists that J. Cole was referring to on 1985, everyone knows by now how much his shows dried up long after his initial wave withered away.
No one out here?
He didn't let this
1995
to get money out of his unwitting audience. At one stage, he was setting up beat battles, which he charged $15 to enter. But according to those involved, it was just an elaborate scam. On his Instagram, he said that he got 600 beats, submissions, and went through all of them in 2 days, 5 hours each day. Even if each beat was 1 minute long, he wouldn't have enough time to listen to all those beats entirely. It should have been handled a bit differently if you're paying money to get it judged. All in all, they didn't organize this very well, and they surely didn't put in the time.
Oh, my ass, he listened to all those beats. I'm pretty sure he like listened to like 1 or 2 and be like, all right, we're gonna pick this one.
Effort for this event.
Oh, hell no, dude.
I was told a lot of people had mail trackers and their beat wasn't open. Wow, if that doesn't make you think differently of an artist. As if that wasn't enough to permanently sour the public on the Dead Star rapper, he then executed a crypto rug pull as well. Initially, Perp and his manager promised a fair launch, only for them to backpedal and claim they were selling only to cover costs, but were in it for the long haul and it was time to build. And with that, any last chance there was of him redeeming himself in the eyes of
a long haul
gone. Sadly, this behavior is incredibly prevalent among the SoundCloud generation, with many of them who've since flopped and listing their massive online followings that they garnered at their height to rinse anyone they can. Among them who have been guilty of this is Skinny from the Nine, a New Jersey rapper best known for tracks like Love Blast and Jump Out That with the late PNB Rock. The artist fell off without ever releasing a mixtape, but because of the audience he'd accrued, he began scamming his fans, hitting a quick lick via fake promos.
The Cash App coming from is 2657 radio. Okay. 200.
And while while it probably brought in some money in the short term, it was ultimately counterproductive when you consider that everyone now knew he wasn't to be trusted. And since then, it's only gotten worse as it's become clear that he will assign his cosign to anything. These days, his account is basically the IG equivalent of the classified ads section of a newspaper.
Ain't
While
no
it's
way,
definitely not a
dude.
victimless act, scamming people like this is really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the dangerous paths some artists take after the fame fades. Because for a few of them, life after the spotlight gets so dark that it
Oh shit, I remember this guy. Whatever happened to him?
ends with years behind bars. Briefly, Fetty Wap was once ruling the commercial roost, with an upside potential which seemed to stretch.
Okay, I just searched YBN Namir real quick. In 2024, he released Beam, an Indian rapper, said an Instagram story that the Namir confirmed that he was an independent artist. He actually purchased a McDonald's location. So hey, shout out to YBN Namir. You may fell off as a rapper, but you're doing great with your money if you're investing your money on other places. So, because he said like he literally bought a McDonald's, dude. So hey, shout out to him. He did something with his money instead of buying bullshit. So I don't know if it's true because it's on Wikipedia, but if it is true, shout out to him. He did something really great with his money.
For years to come.
Reinvesting
Tracks
it.
like Trap Queen and 679, Fetty arrived on the charts as though he would never leave. But unfortunately, it wasn't built to last. This is something that Fetty essentially saw happening in real time.
I know for a fact I was clearing 100,000 every day. Now, the day I woke up and I only made like 40,000, I'm like, some shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 30,000. Hey, we want to book Fetty for 50,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. This is what time?
This is the end.
He used that money. He scammed from his fans. Oh right, I forgot about the crypto thing. Never mind. Fuck you, NBA One Emir.
Of 2017. And I'm like, all right, it's happening. I'm like, this will shit start getting dark.
Left to fend for himself, those who were close to him say the label basically left him behind the moment that they felt there was nothing more to gain.
Looking on the outside, I hear people hate on Fetty even now, saying things like, oh, he fell off. And it's like, do you mean he fell off as in he doesn't make good music anymore? Because he still makes that quality type of music. But if a record label is no longer pushing you or they've got you on the shelf and they pushing somebody else, then that's the reason why you're not hearing him no more. So are you talking about fell off because you don't hear him no more? Or are you talking about fell off because his talent died down? You know, and a lot of people don't understand that when they get the bash and the talking, it's like, what are we talking about here?
And once the money is dried up, Fetty Wap struggled to adjust his lifestyle. With that, he reportedly started selling drugs and wound up indicted by the feds. During his trial, his lawyer claimed that the pandemic meant that there were no opportunities to perform. Thus, his income was severely limited. He was sued personally, was going through a divorce, and was involved with a tour manager who was stealing from him. While the bills kept coming in, the money to pay them was running out. When it was all said and done, Fetty was sentenced to 6 years in prison in New York and is currently serving his sentence at a low-security prison in Sandstone, Minnesota.
Damn.
Incarceration, Fetty's downward trajectory shows just
Wow.
when an artist's career dies out, and they haven't envisioned how to get themselves out of that hole.
I know Fetty Wap the rapper. I don't know no drug dealer.
I will say this, man. If you ever make a lot of money, if I ever make a lot of money somehow, some way, the first thing I'm gonna do with it is invest it. Like I'll put some stuff on the side, emergency stuff, like some stuff, right? But I will for sure use a big chunk of that to reinvestment, because one of my goals in life is to make passive income where I don't do shit, the money makes by itself, right? That's literally one of my goals to do. It's like it just makes money by itself, like boom, boom. I didn't do shit no more. Like I'm chilling, I'm kicking back, and I'm making in money every day, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But that'll be like for sure one of the things I will 100% do. Is like I will reinvest that money to make that money for me, pretty much.
Like that. But of course, I see a lot with local rappers. And
That's what I'm working on with the yeah. That's why I was like, bro, if you ever need investors, I may not put a lot, but even if I own a small percentage, like a 1%, that still could be a lot in the future. You never know. Like you never know. Like that's why I'm looking for ways to make passive income on different things, and I'm always down to look at. I'm always looking like opportunities to look for that kind of thing. But yeah, that's very smart for you, Shadow. That you're working on a different side business like that too.
you know, especially with local rappers. Because once you spend all your money, you got to go back to what you know. I see it more happen with artists that's not at the top, that haven't been to the top. I ain't never really seen it with rappers who already up there, then go back all the way to the streets, you know, like heavy in the game.
However, while many of these artists wind up being cautionary tales, there can be positives that emerge from leaving the rap game behind at the right time to pursue a new career. Best known for his hit single All Gold Everything, Trinidad James was the epitome
Oh my
of
God.
a one-hit wonder. But rather than fade into obscurity, he wound up hosting Full Size Run, a sneaker show on Complex, which pulls in major views on a regular basis.
Oh, really?
James,
That's him?
this essentially happened just because he seized an opportunity.
Was there ever a conscious moment where you were like, I want to become a commentator, I want to become a podcaster, I want to transition, I want to be able to talk on camera, and that is part of my value. I'm not just a music guy.
No, I never think about the next step when it comes to like really thinking.
So the crazy guy, the guy that looks crazy, it was the smart guy. Really?
It out. I worship things being organic. Like I really look forward to things being organic. The Complex thing, you know, when it really popped up, it just kind of popped up, bro. Like I did this show as a guest, and then my accountant was like, "Hey, bro, maybe you should go up there and fucking do the show." And I was like, I don't need that money. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking about the money. I wasn't thinking like how I need to think, which is like business.
Building something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. This is a new chance for me to come, you know, pitch my brand.
But they don't always have to segue into the media to be regarded as a success. Some of them simply made shrewd business moves. While most of his peers churned to scamming after falling off, Comethazine stuck to the same grind mindset he had back when he was juggling a bunch of jobs before going all in on music.
I used to make pieces and shit. I used to work in the food court in the mall, and I was a mechanic. I was still putting out music, doing everything, going to parties and shit, chilling with motherfuckers, but I was just a mechanic, making money, making dough.
Well, people say like if you want something really bad, you will work yourself to the gutter, right? I mean, you want to keep your health up, right? Obviously, get as much sleep as you can, but you will sacrifice some stuff, entertainment stuff, being lazy or whatever. You will work your ass off with your job, and you still continue pursuing what you want to do. You gotta sacrifice a lot of things. 100%. I sacrificed going out, like on anything, guys, like exploring, going out, all that stuff for like 5-6 years. But that's before my accident. Then my accident happened, and I pretty much had to start over. Not all the way, but you get the idea. But yeah, it's like sometimes you just gotta sacrifice everything, like to do fun stuff. You gotta sacrifice those things right now in order to get that later on in life. That's what my mindset is, and that's usually what I've been doing. Even though, yeah, I'm going to Comic Cons and stuff like that, but I'm going there to work. I'm not going there to have fun. If that makes sense. I'm having a great time, but I'm still working 12+ hours a day when I do an art show. So that's like the difference, you know. But yeah, you just gotta sacrifice. Like me, I'm drawing, I'm working, I'm doing content, I'm like working my ass off, doing all this every single day. But it's like it's fun. But you got one thing for sure that I take care of is my sleep. My food too as well. Those are the two most important things. Food and sleep.
Making way more than other niggas was making, you feel me? Like niggas had jobs, but niggas were mechanics, bro.
Lost in a sea of similar artists, he admitted he was just another SoundCloud era rapper, even though he knew he was capable of more. I actually used to write. I flowed on some Joey Badass type shit, he says. That shit wasn't going nowhere for me. So I was like, let me do some ignorant shit, see if this shit works. But his whole career wasn't exactly built to last. For starters, his initial buzz came by accident. His song Bands got mistakenly swapped into the spot where YB and Namir's track was supposed to be, which led to an accidental #1 on SoundCloud. What happened was that an account known as SoundCloud had previously been hosting YB and Namir's viral single Bounce Out With That. After that track accumulated millions of plays and climbed to the top of the charts, the account took advantage of SoundCloud's option to substitute new audio files at any time. So following a quick swap, Comethazine's Bands appeared to have millions of plays and sat atop SoundCloud's
Ain't no
chart.
way,
However,
dude. That's how he got big?
and the song was taken down. After this happy mishap, Walk made him a fully fledged star, resulting in his biggest record ever. But he never truly took to the charts the way that people expected. And besides that, he had a combative relationship with fans, often warring with them in his DMs.
Where your picture ass, bro? Why did you do us like that, bro? Whole ass year for a mid ass album with no feature. Sick my effing out. You were not a fan. I don't do features, bitch.
Where the
Never
features
have.
at, bro? Why you do us like that, bro? A whole ass year for a mid-ass album with no features. Nah, you not a fan. I don't do features. Never have, never will, bitch boy. Although treating your fans like that is pretty inadvisable, he maybe felt empowered to do so because he future-proofed his life by buying up Subway locations.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Smart.
Businesses, 35 fat burgers.
35 fat
17
burgers?
Subways. I got a couple Subways already.
For real?
Residual income. Come on now.
Nah, that's fire. Shout out to you.
Come on now, man.
He's smart. He's very smart.
I seen so many rappers do this shit for like 2 years and be done with it. What? You feel me? Like, come on now. Gotta be smart with that shit. I still got ice and shit, but like, I got a couple businesses already.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dang, you got 2 Subways already?
Mm-hmm.
That's very impressive.
And while that is definitely a smart strategy,
Yes,
you
it is.
certainly hope his staff are a little more civil to customers than he is to his audience. Comethazine's example is one that more rappers of his era should heed, but he's far from the only rapper to have seen the writing on the wall. Just like Comethazine, New York rapper Mike Geronimo seemed aware that his time in the game was finite. Even though his debut album The Natural suggested there was big things ahead, Mike couldn't ever make the transition to a fully fledged star who could make a real sustainable living off rap. Now, Mike didn't completely turn his back on rap. He kept dropping projects and still intermittently unveils a Lucy today, but that's no longer his focus, as he also dedicates his time to being a business owner after learning a trade. For the past 15 years, Mike has overseen his own company in Embassy Locksmiths, which his LinkedIn claims provides complete licensed and insured locksmith and advanced security products and services, from simple cylinders to card readers, intercoms and buzzers, to video surveillance and safes for both residential and commercial needs. When he initially suggested it, people couldn't comprehend his plan, but you can bet that a lot of his peers who ridiculed him for this plan now wish that they committed the time and energy that he did.
They all thought I was crazy. right. But they couldn't see what I could see. And I always remembered the guy.
What a smart dude, man.
Take a look at that lock. Take a look at that door. Ask yourself how many doors are in New York City. How many locksmiths clear $1 million before exit? Oh my God. And then to me, that was all I needed.
When you're at the peak of the game, being a rapper is among the best jobs imaginable. But if this video proves anything, it's that it can be fleeting. So if you ever find yourself lucky enough to be making real
I mean, that's fucking smart, bro. So this, like the last like couple artists, man, you make fun of them, maybe you don't like their music or whatever. At least they're smart enough to use that income to buy something to where they make passive income, dude. You know what I mean? Like at least they're doing something with their income where it works for them, not them working for the money. You know, to a certain point. That's why, yeah, if you ever get that opportunity, man, where you make a lot of money somehow, reinvest that shit. Like reinvest everything you can. If you have the opportunity to reinvest your money, do it. That's why, like me, when I'm like, I just need a couple more months, man. I just need to LA Comic Con. Whether it's a success or a failure, I already made all the money back I needed already. Everything that I put in through, with my art sales, Anime Expo, and Nostalgicon, everything, I'm literally in the positives right now. I'm gonna be negative again when I do Artist Alley for LA Comic Con, you know, with the food and hotel, but I won't be in extreme negative anymore because I'm gonna add like it's also gonna add like some stuff like stickers and all that. But like where it was with Anime Expo, damn. But I still have products for Anime Expo stuff, which I'm still selling, which I'm almost I'm right on most stuff. By the way, like there's some stickers already I'm running now already, prints, everything. So I'm like really happy about that, and I think this is a great strategy for me to do that. So I don't over waste on income on products they're not gonna sell. They're gonna take forever. I don't have the fan base to like to people to buy buy new stuff right away as soon as I drop, or like have it on their store for regular basis kind of thing. So that's why I think me doing drops would be the best way to me, like in my new business strategy is to do monthly or bi-monthly art drops. I think that's the best strategy. And then the ones I don't sell, guess what? I will just do an art show. I'll do an art show. I will make sure I make the main things more in forefront. And the things that I didn't sell, I'll still put them for sale. You know, I'll probably even could put them in discount. I don't know, but there's so many more opportunities by doing limited stuff. So, like again, these people are very smart, man. If you make a lot of income, make sure you invest that money, dude. Like that's what I did with like any income I got, guys, through my like part-time job, selling my collectibles. I reinvested it on my art. Like on my new year of this year, I like for art shows and stuff. I worked my ass off to make it happen. I did 2 shows so far, but I'll do my third one on September. Hopefully, I can do one more show around November. That may be Chibi Anime Con, Anime Expo. We'll see. That could happen, and I'm excited. We'll see what's gonna happen, guys. But yeah, next year, you're down. You damn right. I'll be ready. Otherwise.
Money for music, make sure to stack some of it or invest it wisely. Because once the hype dies down, things can go left real quick. As always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
But yeah, reinvested it. Making fun of someone working a real job when they realize their career is not making the cut anymore. Got to be the most sickening, most sad things to do. There's somebody pushing away their pride and taking accountability, working on a serious job, making fun of it. How delusional are those people? Oh, they're very delusional because again, there is a like, what do you call it? An image you have to behold if you're a rapper. That's why a lot of people get fake chains, fake money, fake everything in order to continue your delusion of of the image that you're like rich and you don't have to worry about money, and you got all that kind of stuff, right? But a lot of it's just fake. It's not real. A lot of it's just fake. They just do that for a sake of image, but it's not real. And yeah, man, I don't know. That's like the one thing that it sucks about rappers is like, yeah, if you make it, dude, oh, you better start investing that money, dude. If you don't, you're gonna ruin your opportunity. Because yeah, as a content creator, you don't know what's gonna end. It could end right away as soon as you got big. It could just be over the next day. Like there's so many things that happen, guys, as a content creator, where you can get canceled, allegations on you, your content is just not doing well anymore. There's so many things that can happen. So it's like there's so many YouTubers that we've seen that gone broke because they never reinvest their money. Like that one guy we keep talking about, or I keep bringing up, Boogie2988, one of the worst human beings in the world, who wasted so much money on hookers. Now he broke, and he deserves to be broke because he did it to himself.